Hello, everybody, and welcome to Behind the Stone, the e-commerce mastermind show. My name is Robert Runyon, and I will be your host. This is the show where we take a deep dive and discuss hot e-commerce topics and share tips that allow decision makers to take their businesses to the next level. Are you tired of Amazon rejecting your shipments into their fulfillment centers? Maybe you've worked with a 3PL in the past, or you're currently sending in orders from your house and you're not sure where to begin. Now you're ready for a logistics solution that ensures your shipments are accepted into Amazon's fulfillment centers without any kind of delays. If that's you, then stick around for a few moments so I can show you exactly how to prepare your shipments for Amazon using a 3PL logistics service you have never seen before. Today, I'm gathered by a very special guest, Noelle Taylor from Taylor Logistics. Noelle, known you for a very, very long time. Love what you guys are doing there at Taylor Logistics. Tell me a little bit more about you, your company, and the services that you guys offer.
Sure. Well, like you said, I'm Noelle Taylor, Taylor Logistics. So if that didn't give anything away, I'm the seventh generation. We're family owned and operated since 1850. We're a third-party logistics company based out of Cincinnati. Our hearts definitely lie with those food and beverage companies, but we service automotive, beauty, fast consumer goods, and we have multiple services. So we have a full brokerage team that will handle any of your transportation. We have a fulfillment team specializing in e-commerce, FBA, FBM, kitting, packaging. We have a full drayage team. The list goes on. But yeah, that's a little bit about us.
Awesome. So we're going to be talking about fulfillment today specifically, and the requirements for omni-channel eSellers and the services and needs that they're going to have. So let me ask you about centralized fulfillment. Why is it essential for eSellers to have a centralized fulfillment team?
Sure. So like I said, we're based out of Cincinnati. And I don't know if you know this, but Cincinnati is 24 hours from 70% of the US population, right? So we're all about getting those products. And now the consumer wants products in 1 to 2 days, right? So having a centralized distribution allows you to get there. And being in Cincinnati, we're right by railroads and we have a bunch of major interstates. So we're able to get those goods throughout the United States in literally no time.
So I'm sure that you have a lot of East Coast brands that are reaching out to Taylor and that are looking for that centralized fulfillment. But let me ask you about West Coast brands. Are West Coast brands starting to reach out to you guys for that centralized fulfillment?
Absolutely. So we definitely have that East Coast, like you said, and then the West Coast, we're seeing a definite increase in those brands kind of reaching out to us because once you're obviously in California or Oregon, you can't keep going west. You have to move inward, especially to get to that clientele. So we're definitely seeing a huge spike in that. And being in Cincinnati, like you can get anywhere. So it's been a really great target for those brands. And I don't think a lot of them are realizing like, oh, like I am in California, like what is Cincinnati? But once we show them like how our touch can get to all these different places very quickly, they understand that, okay, moving my distribution or starting distribution in the Midwest is a game changer.
So how do you reach these the market so quickly? Like how is being centrally located in Cincinnati, how is that beneficial to an eSeller that has multiple products going into multiple different sectors of the United States quickly?
Sure. So Cincinnati is a huge Amazon hub, right? There's multiple huge, massive Amazon fulfillment centers. It's also a prime hub, our airport. So, and not only that, but Taylor, we have a full transportation team. So whether it's LTL, full truckload, any of that, we're able to set that up within our team, within our system. You don't, a lot of fulfillment centers, you would have to reach out to another transportation team to set that up. For us, it's all one group, one team, one union. So it's really easy for us to get product in, out, and around.
So you really provide turnkey services for eSellers to make it really easy for them to be able to move their product from either the port to the distribution center or to prep their shipments to send them into Amazon, which we're actually going to be talking about. So, what are some of the requirements, you're seeing whenever you're sending products into Amazon? Is there any kind of pallet requirements or special labeling requirements or, the SKUs or like Anything that you're seeing specifically that you'd like to share?
Sure. So Amazon has some pretty strict requirements, but for good cause. It's obviously for the safety of their employees, but always ours. So their pallet requirements are, standard pallet 40 by 48, GMA standard grade B or higher. Your products can't hang over the pallet more than an inch. They're very strict on that. So no hanging boxes over that pallet. It also can't exceed 72 inches, your pallet. So again, that's not super high. So 72 inches is the maximum. They all have to be shrink wrapped, which obviously is a service that we provide. And the boxes before it's shrink wrapped have to be able to stand alone, right? The shrink wrap can't just be holding it together. So as soon as it gets to the place, they cut it open, everything falls apart. That can't happen. And it also can't exceed 1,500 pounds. So there's a lot of different requirements here, but again, it's all for safety and all for the good of the product as well.
So coming from a background in the third-party logistics industry, I have seen those pallets that, they don't stand up on their own, or they are bubble wrapped and they are oversized. And so Taylor actually takes care of that for eSellers to make sure that their products are accepted by Amazon, correct?
Absolutely. All of our fulfillment centers and all of our team know all the requirements. We actually have a couple customers that like to get pictures of their pallets before they go out, which is obviously service will provide them, anything to make sure everything's safe.
So let me ask you, about like special labeling requirements, getting into prime shipments and seller fulfilled prime.
Sure.
What is Taylor Logistics doing to help those sellers that are partaking in, the seller fulfilled prime?
Sure. So we offer, like you said, value-added services and labeling, whether it's, putting the label on the Amazon label actually onto the pallet, which is, what needs to be done for FBA. We do have the Prime tape that'll go out, and then as well as the Prime label for seller fulfilled Prime clients.
So let me ask you this about Amazon SKUs. What exactly are you guys doing at Taylor to help with the Amazon SKUs?
Yeah, so when a product is getting shipped to an Amazon fulfillment warehouse, we'll obviously take the Amazon SKU and put it to the pallet or put it on the box if it's an LTL shipment. Yeah, we always have to add that because any product coming into Amazon without their SKU won't be accepted, it'll be rejected.
I see. So one of the things that we had also talked about was a drop test, and something that Taylor Logistics was doing was a drop test. So can you tell me a little bit more about what that is and what that means for eSellers, and how it's going to help them get their shipments into Amazon quicker?
Absolutely. So for some background, a food company reached out to us that we work with, and Amazon requires you for your product to be able to drop from 6 feet without being broken. So we packaged it up, our kitting team packaged it up how we would normally package it out to go to Amazon. And we threw it up in the air and dropped it from 6 feet to Snoop Dogg's Drop It Like It's Hot and sent it to Amazon. But that's just another requirement that they're asking for. They want to make sure, again, that the product's not breakable. Glass jars, things like that. They want it to be able to package correctly so that if it is dropped, that it won't break.
That's great. So let me ask you this. Does Taylor Logistics offer any kind of additional value-added services, labeling, bundling, kitting, packaging? Are they very comprehensive? Just can you elaborate on that for me?
Sure. So we have a whole in-store design team, production team, led by our kitting master, Liz. She's absolutely incredible. But we do kitting, packaging, and it can be as extensive as, again, like putting on a new label or writing in a note card for a seasonal campaign. But it can also be creating multi-packs. So taking a bunch of different SKUs and creating one. But it gets pretty extensive. We do subscription boxes, things of that sort. So again, taking a bunch of different products, creating the whole look, and then sending it out.
So in addition to those value-added services, and I appreciate you for clarifying on that. So eSellers that have a retail presence, do you do any kind of point of purchase displays? Because that's a really, really big selling point for e-commerce brands to partner with Taylor. Is that something that you guys do?
Yeah, absolutely. We definitely do pop displays, PDQs, half pallet, quarter pallet. anything of that sort, we'll definitely do. And again, if it's not in our wheelhouse, we will definitely figure out a way to make it happen. Our team, we call ourselves the Unicorn Group, and we have this team of experts that we kind of put our heads together. And if we can't find a solution, we'll figure it out. So if we're not offering that service yet, definitely something down the line that we can do, and we're happy to help any way we can.
Thank you for clarifying that. So, with all of these amazing things about Taylor Logistics, why do customers love working with Taylor?
Well, that's a great question. So I think that we're small enough as a company to care, but big enough to scale with you. And what I mean by that is like when a brand signs on with Taylor, they're gaining access to all of our resources, right? So you're gaining access to the in-store design team, Liz, who I spoke about. You're getting an account rep, you're getting a CSR, you're getting a warehouse manager, everything, all under one roof. And you're getting transportation, everything. So, and you're gaining access to we've been in business for 171 years. So you're getting access to all of our resources that we've gathered throughout the years. And we take on brands who are small. It could be a husband and wife creating a new food for their child, or it can be a Fortune 500 brand. We, take on everyone and anyone. And I think that's kind of what sets us apart, is not only that niche, especially in the food and beverage, but the attention to detail and the communication between our teams.
Thank you for clarifying that, Taylor. And, really you hit on a pain point there. Working with the large scale brands, your response time is elongated. They have the long dramatic processes that really take a long time to get from the starting point to the ending point. But whenever you peel back those layers and you look to a company like Taylor Logistics, you really have streamlined that process. You're able to really contact your customers instantly, to be able to give them hands-on, to give them the look and feel exactly of the partner that they want to be working with. So if somebody has questions that's watching right now and wants to reach out to you, whether it be about e-commerce or just fulfillment in general, tell people about why Sunken Stone and Taylor Logistics decided to partner.
Sure. So, well, we decided to partner together because you work with a lot of these Amazon brands, fast up and coming growth potential brands. And that's exactly who we like to help out, right? Whether it's questions with fulfillment, not even if you want to work with us, but if you have questions on anything related to supply chain, shipping, fulfillment, any of that, food grade, SQF, we like to be that resource for people. But you can find us at taylorlogistics.com, or you can honestly email us at info@taylorlogistics.com and you'll get me, and I'll shoot you to the right person on our team.
That's awesome. Now, if you'd like the free e-commerce consultation, there's going to be a link in the description box below this video. There's also going to be a link to a fulfillment guide if you're not sure on where you need to start, what you need to do. All your questions are going to be answered in that fulfillment guide. There's going to be a link below that'll be taylorlogistics.com/sunkenstone that you can find all of these different resources to be able to reach out to Taylor for a free e-commerce consultation or download that fulfillment guide. And make sure that you guys are coming back for our next video. I'm going to put a link up here for financial tips for eSellers to be able to get cash advances for all of their purchases from one of our partner brands called Brex. Really, really great guys over there. Love what they're doing. Definitely check it out. Let me know and leave your comments below, and we'll see you in the next video.
Thanks, Robert.
Thank you for joining me.
Of course. Thanks for having me. This was awesome.